Hello, welcome guys to another episode of Sports In and Out. And on this episode, we're going to be talking about the EPL. On this episode, we're going to be telling you about the match day 20 and match day 21 results, and we're also going to be giving you the next fixtures, that's match day 22 fixtures and the games, and telling you our thoughts on how the match is going to go on. But before that, if you've not subscribed or shared this particular video, I think you're wrong. And now let's move straight to the video. Please like, share, and subscribe. Let's move straight to the video. What do you think about the EPL so far? The last 2 weeks has been draws. What do you think about the EPL? Yeah, like you said, the last 2 weeks has been draws. It has not been a very good week for the likes of Manchester United, Chelsea, and Manchester City as well. Manchester City and Manchester United drawing 3 games back to back. Chelsea losing in the mix of drawing games, and also we saw the sack of two big managers. That's the manager of Manchester United, that's Ruben Amorim, and also that of Chelsea, Enzo Maresca. And we're seeing the likes of new coaches coming into the system. And let's just see what's going to happen in the EPL, because the EPL has been up and down. We're seeing Arsenal topping the league with 6 points. And let's just see what Arsenal will do, because at the beginning of the season, everybody thought probably Manchester City could pull up something. But we're seeing Arsenal are trying to pull up to win the Premier League this season. Yes, for me, I actually say that this matrix have actually been draws, like I mentioned at the beginning of the episode, saying that a lot of teams have been drawing games. Some teams have gotten 3 draws back to back, 2 teams in particular. And let me quickly, because I told you that this is going to be a long episode, but in order for us not to sleep here, let me quickly mention what the match day 20 looked like. So Manchester City versus Chelsea, that game ended 1-1. Fulham versus Liverpool, that game ended 2-2. Brentford defeated Everton Everton were home in that particular game, and they defeated them 4 goals to 2. Newcastle defeated Crystal Palace 2 goals to nothing. Tottenham held Sunderland on a 1-1 draw. Leeds were defeated. I was about to say were defeated because I saw Manchester United, but Manchester United were held by Leeds in that particular game. That game ended 1-1, and Bournemouth were defeated by Arsenal. That game ended in favor of Arsenal 3 goals to 2. And Brighton defeated Burnley 2 goals to nothing. Wolves got a on winning ways in that particular game versus West Ham. That game ended 3 goals to nothing in that game. Then Aston Villa now defeated Nottingham Forest. Aston Villa on a good stretch of results. We're seeing them win games, and they're actually staying at the top of the table. They're part of the top 4 teams, and that game ended 3 goals to 1 in that particular game. We are going to be telling you about the next match fixtures. That's the match day 30, 20, 21 in that particular. Yeah, so I'll be giving the result of the match. It was started on the 6th of January 2026, and the side with West Ham um, were defeated by Forest 2 goals to 1. Manchester City held Brighton on a 1-1 draw at the Etihad Stadium. Chelsea were defeated by Fulham. That game ended 2 goals to 1. Everton held Wolves on a 1-1 draw. Crystal Palace held Aston Villa on a 0-0 draw. Aston Villa, who are trying to pick up points to move top of the table as well, like the likes of Manchester City. Brentford defeated Sunderland 3 goals to 0. Bournemouth defeated Tottenham Hotspur 3 goals to 2. A late winner came in the Newcastle game, Newcastle versus Leeds United. That game ended 4 goals to 3. Then Burnley held Manchester United on a surprising 2-2 draw. We saw Manchester United were leading, and then Burnley actually had to equalize in that game. And we saw 2 goals coming from Sexco, the man who has not been scoring a lot for Manchester United. And Manchester United fans have been complaining about this guy Sesco, and he scored 2 goals in that game. Then Arsenal held Liverpool on a 0-0 draw in a match that you think that Liverpool would win, or Arsenal will have the win in that game. What do you think about? Let's just talk about few games right here. Arsenal versus Liverpool. Yes, for me, Arsenal versus Liverpool is a game that we all expected Arsenal to win, to actually go 8 points. But that point was actually enough for them because they didn't concede And for me, I actually say that the Arsenal side, at one side, they've not considered. It's not that they've not considered at home, but they've not lost any game at home this season.
Unbeaten.
They are unbeaten at home this particular season. So we can actually say that that's actually a good one for that record to keep going on for the season. And I actually say that it's a good one for the Arsenal side. Arteta are doing a good job. I just hope that the Arsenal team can actually do more and stay at the top of the table. They need more points because I always say, in order for you to stay behind Pep Guardiola, you must be a lot of points ahead of him. Let's not forget that the first leg of this game, it was Soboslai that actually scored the winning goal, and it was a free kick, a straight free kick from the middle of the box. And we saw something this time around. Soboslai was looking for the same type of goal to score, but he didn't see that pass. There's one thing I want to talk about in that game. We had Martinelli actually do something. There was a Liverpool player on the ground. Then Martinelli actually had to push the player out, probably due to the pressure he had during the game. What do you think about Martinelli doing that? It's not the first person to do that. Even in the Ikorodu game that was played, even a substitute player, he wasn't even on the pitch. There was a player that was actually wasting time on the pitch.
Yeah.
And these players, we already know that most of them is not probably injury. It's mostly time wasting strategies. And I feel like maybe Martinelli saw it as maybe a time wasting strategy. And the emotions at that time in the game prompted him to do that. That's not a sportsmanship kind of football, but I think the emotions can actually get the way. We see Osimhen do it sometimes whenever they are trying to enjoy him or try to do something to him. He actually reacts in an unsportsmanship like way. So we can actually say that Martinelli, we can cut him some slack in that. That's not actually something that we should dwell on. Yeah, he said something that that's not the spirit of sportsmanship. I felt Martinelli could have held his anger a little bit and probably waited for the medics to be done because we saw that that same player that he pushed was actually stretched out with a stretcher, and it was actually one game that it was a hot one, and Liverpool saw Soboslai taking the man of the match again. What do you think about Soboslai taking the man of the match in both games? That's the home and away game. Yes, for me, him getting the player of the match. The first one was because of his goal. The second one was mainly because of his impact in the particular game. He was the one that created the most chances, tried to find the goals. I think they also have other players that are performing very well for the team. I think for me, the Liverpool side was actually good enough. They had the higher possession in that particular game. They were the better side. But we see that the Arsenal side also played. They played a very good football. 0-0 is not a bad scoreline for both sides. Both teams drew the game, and we see that even uh, Liverpool are still unbeaten in the last 8 games.
Yes.
So we can say that for me, I would actually say that result is the best. Let's talk about the Fulham game, Fulham versus Chelsea. Fulham defeated Chelsea 2 goals to 1. Yeah, Chelsea had a red card in that game early on, 21 minutes. Cucurella got a red card. And actually, say for me, I always give it as an argument that I think Chelsea lost because of the red card because they got a goal through Enzo Fernandez in the second half, and that goal was not good enough to just stay as a draw. Fulham just scored a winning goal later on in the 80 something minutes in that particular game. So we can say that that side were weakened because of that one man down in that particular game. Yeah, I think Fulham actually tried their best winning that game. Yes, Chelsea 10 man in that game and Fulham 11. But I see Fulham actually played well to win the game, to win that game 2 goals to 1. One question I need to ask about the Chelsea side. We've seen that this is the seventh red card they've had this season, like across different competitions. What do you think about this Chelsea side? Is it that the discipline is terrible, or what do you think? Because even their former coach Enzo Maresca has had a red card in this season as well. What do you think about this Chelsea's discipline? What do you think of? What can you say about it? Yes, the coach even always mentions it that they need to be disciplined. But if a coach is the one mentioning discipline and is also getting the red card, I think there's a problem internally. I think the players just feel like they can do whatever they want. Red card is not something that players call for most of the time. Even a player from the bench can just argue. We see it happened for Hendrick the last in the Real Madrid side. He just protested about what happened off the pitch. It was just what did you do to this guy? It was
And he
protest to the referee, and he got a red card, sent off the pitch. Someone that didn't even play, wasn't even going to start. They were even going to put him up on the team, and he got a red card for that. For me, I actually say that red card, discipline, discipline, discipline. They need to work on discipline. But there's a question I would like to ask, where that people have been mentioning. They've been saying that with Chikwueze, Iwobi, and Calvin Bassey get their shirts back when they get to the Fulham side, because Fulham have been doing well even without them. For me, I actually say that I bet to differ. Those guys are getting their shirts back. Except maybe Chukwueze, that is not a starter. He just came into the league this season, and he has not even been a starter on the norms. But Iwobi and Kevin Bassey have had exceptional performances. They've been in all, like, in the group stage best 11, in the round of 16 best 11 of the AFCON, and when they come back to their team, they still perform. So I can say that people should not fret. Don't get scared. Chukwueze, Iwobi, and Kevin Bassey are getting their shirts back at Fulham.
Yes, like you said, Chikwueze, Iwobi, and Calvin Bassey will get their shirts in the Fulham side. So I'm just even looking at the way they've been playing in the AFCON. I think the way they've been playing in the AFCON is actually even helping them to get their shirt back in their club, because yes, their team is winning, and also they are also winning in their country. So it's actually gelling. We are bringing two and two together. So we'll be giving you the table for the week. Arsenal are standing lonely at the top, and they are number one with 49 points. Manchester City number two with 43 points. Aston Villa number three with 43 points. Liverpool are number four with 35 points. Brentford number five with 33 points. Newcastle number six with 32 points. Manchester United number seven with 32 points. Chelsea, the Blues, number eight with 31 points. Fulham number 9 with 31 points. Sunderland, number 10 with 30 points. And let's go to the bottom half of the table. That's Brighton, number 11 with 29 points. Everton, number 12 with 29 points. Crystal Palace, number 13 with 28 points. Tottenham Hotspur, number 14 with 27 points. Bournemouth, number 15 with 26 points. Leeds United, number 16 with 22 points. Nottingham Forest number 17 with 21 points. Then we'll go to the relegation side. That's West Ham United starting off. That's number 18 with 14 points. Burnley number 19 with 13 points. Then Wolves number 20 with 7 points. We know that Wolves, as of 2 weeks ago, Wolves were last with just 2 points, and right now they've picked up a lot of points. Actually, they have 7 points right now. What do you think about Wolves this season?
Yes, for me, Wolves, we've already mentioned before that they are already relegated. For me, in my opinion, I won't say. For me, I would say that they are actually relegated. 7 points. At this time, we've played 21 games in the season, and you're just getting 20. You're just getting 7 points. And but what I wanted to mention is that they've not been playing good football this season. Manchester United were the team that started the new ways for them guys getting a draw with them getting the 3 points. Then they defeated West Ham in that particular game and won, and they drew their next game again. So they've actually been having a good run this few games that they played from December to January. And I actually say that maybe they can actually move uh, ahead a little bit, but coming out of the relegation, I don't think that's actually.
Yeah, I think it's not possible for them to come out of the relegation zone. So we'll be moving to one other question. All right, now I'm saying, what do you think about the newly promoted sides staying in the league? Because we're just seeing only Burnley in the bottom. What do you say about Burnley being the only team newly promoted side to be in the bottom?
Yeah, we have Sunderland, we have Leeds United, and we have Burnley. Those were the three promoted sides last season coming to the Premier League. And everyone expected that it would be the same thing that happens, where you see the Premier League sides being the ones to stay and the Championship sides going back to the Championship.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, this season, this is not what is happening. We see West Ham at the bottom of the table. We see Wolves which is a Premier League side of last season and even last 2 seasons at the bottom of the table now. And we see that Sunderland are even in the top 10. Leeds are actually in the they're not in the relegation zone. They have a lot of points this particular season. So we can say that for me, Burnley, I expected Burnley because the last time Burnley came, they
They went
came
back.
and they went back immediately. They've not been playing brilliant football, just like the Wolves team. And actually say that Sunderland came into this particular season without Joe Bellingham. Everyone were thinking that they lost their best player, Jude Bellingham's brother, and now they are still playing spectacular football. They got Shaka and into that particular team, and I actually say that they are actually an improved team, even almost better than the Manchester United
The
squad
squad, yeah.
this season. But they were topping Manchester United before now. Then the big boys actually started showing themselves. For Manchester United, I wish even still big boys in the Premier League.
Yeah, you said that they really big boys in the Premier League, Manchester United, because Manchester United has not really performed up to the standard that Manchester United should be performing this season. It's really terrible to hear that from at least fans saying this questioning Manchester United all again.
Yes, talking about Manchester United not being their best, is it because of the coach? Because we see that Ruben Amorim was sacked by Manchester United during the week, and we say that. What do you think about Ruben Amorim? He has had a very poor form. He's not the first manager to be sacked since the Sir Alex Ferguson days. With Manchester United have sacked David Moyes. That's a former coach of Manchester United. Ryan Giggs, he was a caretaker coach. That was not really he wasn't really sacked. Luis Van Gaal that was sacked. Jose Mourinho was sacked. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was sacked. Michael Carrick was a caretaker coach, so I won't really count that as a sack. Ralph Rangnick was an interim coach. That one I will actually count it as a sack for him. Eric Ten Hag was sacked. Ruud van Nistelrooy was an interim coach. Then Ruben Amorim, that's the new guy that just left the Manchester United squad, and he actually has the worst performance. We see that Jose Mourinho 58% win rate.
Yeah.
Eric Ten Hag 54% win rate. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer 54% win rate. David Moyes 52% win rate. Louis Van Gaal 52% win rate. And we now see Ruben Amorim at 36% win rate. What do you think about Ruben Amorim?
Yeah, very poor run. We saw him 19 losses for the when he was coach of Manchester United. I feel the reason why he was sacked is because he doesn't have sympathy or remorse for losing games. He still said that he has a lot of time to fix the club, but I feel the Manchester United board were not having it anymore, and the draws were already getting too many. Drawing back-to-back games, and also the last one without him, we still drew the game. It's actually a poor run for the Manchester United side. I don't know who is going to come to Manchester United and will change the team mentality. I just want somebody that will come to Manchester United and give them that winning mentality and focus to the game.
For me, I actually think Ruben Amorim didn't have a good media presence. He goes to the media and he doesn't know what to say sometimes. Coming to the Manchester United team, you obviously know that you are going to be facing the media a lot. So don't come to the media and now be telling us things like the team is doing well when they are not doing well.
Yeah.
And for me, I actually say that that's part of what was got him sacked. And we are hearing Manchester United needs another caretaker coach to take them to the end of the season. What do you think? Does Manchester United need a caretaker coach? Now we're seeing Ole Gunnar Solskjaer keen to come to Manchester United. He wants to really come. He wants the job. Michael Carrick as well also wants the job. Who do you think should come as a caretaker coach? Because or do you think Manchester United needs to go and get a real coach? Because Xabi Hernandez is actually available and he's also keen to come for the Manchester United job. Do you think maybe we should get Ole for now and maybe at the end of the season, Xabi Hernandez starts the season with Manchester United?
For me, I think the caretaker coach can actually take over for Manchester United. Ole is really not a bad option. I had to rethink about it, and looking at his win rate as well, and the fact that he has played with some of these players. Yeah, you know some of these players in and out. He has been talking to these players and all. Being a legend of Manchester United, being a past player of Manchester United. he knows the team. Michael Carrick as well is one good option for Manchester United as well, being a caretaker coach, not being a coach of Manchester United, but given the fact that Xavi Hernandez is a free agent right now, I think Manchester United should actually draw into that opportunity because at the end of the season, other teams will want to get him as their coach, and it might be blocked for Manchester United because we don't know what's the future of anybody. One team can actually say that we want him, and we saw that Eric Ten Hag now is now the head coach of 20 from being
sporting
the
director. Yeah.
sporting director. He has been moved to the head coach of 20. Let's even see what's going to happen this time around. I don't want the one that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer will now perform very well, probably will win the FA Cup. Then they will now be thinking of renewing his contract and giving him a new contract because the last time Ole coached Manchester United, he didn't win a trophy for us.
Yes, away from Manchester United. Now let's go to Chelsea. Chelsea confirms Liam Rosanio as their new head coach till 2032. And this is actually a very long contract. Do you think Chelsea needs a coach that is going to get this particular what do they want to win with this particular coach coming to the new form of Chelsea? Chelsea has won the Club World Cup with Enzo Maresca. What do you think this guy can win?
Yeah, for me, I would say I won't use his physique to actually judge him. He might actually be a tactical coach. For now, I want to see what he has to do because he said something in the media. He said he wants to play a high pressing football where the Chelsea fans will stand for the first 10 minutes
Thank God
of the
Manchester
game.
United has
And
played them. Okay, we have one more match with them. At least Manchester United fans won't be
I
standing for that
I
long.
actually saw a fan was actually talking and they said that shey na the person wey he never even start coach, he don dey stand and I felt he didn't take up that position of coaching that game because his first coaching will be at the FA Cup during this weekend. Let's just see what he has to do because for me, I won't really use his physique to judge him, but let's see whether he has a good mindset and a winning mentality.
Yeah, I actually think he's actually going to be a brilliant coach for the Chelsea side. About till 2032 is actually my problem with that particular contract.
I think
That's actually a very long contract.
I think the reason why it's long like is because he's from Strasbourg, that's Chelsea's sister club, and they are just trying to bring a coach from there. And probably if they don't want to use him anymore, they'll just tell him he can go back to Strasbourg, something like that.
All right, let's really talk about the manager of the month. Who do you think is going to win this? We have Mikel Arteta of Arsenal. We have Unai Emery of Aston Villa. We have Daniel Farke of Leeds United, and we have Pep Guardiola of Manchester City. We already know that Pep Guardiola is not always favored in this particular vote. Who do you think is going to win this? I don't think Pep Guardiola.
Pep Guardiola can't even win. He has three back-to-back draws, and for me,
that's for January. This is for December.
Yeah, for January, even December, he didn't perform up to the standards. I think Mikel Arteta deserves to be the manager of the month. But if you are looking at votes, I think Pep Guardiola will be getting due to votes.
Yeah, but for me, based on performance, I think Unai Emery actually stands a chance. The Aston Villa side have actually been one of the better sides this particular season.
Yeah.
They've gone on unbeaten stretches a lot this particular season, and we know that they are one of the teams that we can actually look at that he is actually a standout performer in this. I will actually move on to the player of the month. We have number one nominee here is Dominic Calvert-Lewin of Leeds, and we have Ryan Cherki of Manchester City. We have Ugo Ekitike of Liverpool. We have Phil Foden of Manchester City, Erling Haaland of Manchester City, Morgan Rogers of Aston Villa, Oli Watkins of Aston Villa, and Harry Wilson of Fulham. What do you think actually stands the chance to win this?
Yeah, for me, I would say Erling Haaland. But for me, he has not really been performing. But for me, I'll give Erling Haaland.
Yeah, I think Ryan Cherki actually stands a chance for me. Ryan Cherki won Manchester City's best player for the month.
Yes.
And so I actually think if you pick a player for it to be the best player of your team, it actually still stands a chance because no Manchester United player is here we don't even deserve. Manchester United players don't even deserve to be in Player of the Month because we saw the poor form and poor run that Manchester United had in the month. I think maybe this next one we say Sesko can actually stand a chance because of the 2 goals he scored in the draw in that particular game. Sesko, a very good player, but he has not really performed. Him coming to Manchester United, and we expected a lot, but Manchester United have not seen the worth of their money. Yes, let's quickly move on to I think the last news of the day, and that's going to be the most expensive Ghanaian signing, and that's Antonio Semenyo. A guy who says Semenyo. How will you say? I don't know how you're going to call Semenyo Semenyo.
No, it's calling it the Ghanaian way.
The
Semenyo.
Semenyo. He's actually calling the Ghanaian way. And Semenyo joins Manchester City and is going to be wearing the number 42 jersey. That jersey was won by the legend of Manchester City, Yaya Toure.
Yes, Semenyo, very special player. We saw that in his last game, his farewell game for Bournemouth, he scored the winning goal. So he actually scored the goal that will put Bournemouth a step further in their game in the EPL. Let's just see what's going to happen because he's a goal scorer, he's an achiever, he's somebody that knows how to get those goals. Let's just see what's going to happen because Semenyo, very special player. I know he's going to thrive at Manchester City.
Yeah, I think he's looking for a trophy team. Bournemouth is not a team where he could get trophies. They are in the Manchester City are in the Carabao Cup semi-finals. They are going to play in that particular competition, have a chance of winning that. They are in the FA Cup as well, and they are now table chasers in the Premier League. So we can say that even in the Champions League as well, they are in 4 leagues and he has 4 chances of winning a trophy this particular season. So we can say, and he made history. He's the most expensive Ghanaian player of all time. 2 million plus 1.5 million sell on clause in this particular transfer, and his signing is till June 2031. What do you think? This length?
Yeah, for me, it's actually a good one. It actually gives him more security and a chance to win more trophies. I just wish he can play at high level of football that he has been playing at Bournemouth, and so that he won't be sidelined.
Yes, let's talk about Amad Diallo performing in the African Cup of Nations. 3 man of the match in that part. Is he the only player in that team and he has won 3 man of the match?
Yeah, him getting 3 man of the match is award is actually showing that Amad Diallo is one special player, one player we need to look at in the Cote d'Ivoire side and also Manchester United. We saw that when he left, him and Bryan Mbeumo left for their national duties, we saw Manchester United started drawing a lot of games, and we have missed his presence in the Manchester United squad. For me, I wish him good, and I want him back to the team to play very good football for Manchester United.
Yes, we know that Mbeumo is already out of the African Cup of Nations, and let's now wish our guy Amad Diallo 3 back to back, 3 man of the match in that particular African Cup of Nations out of 4. That's actually a spectacular one. Special player for Manchester United side. We see how we miss him, how we miss Mbeumo as well. I'm just so happy that Mbeumo is coming back to come and play for the Manchester United side.
Yeah, Amad Diallo, very special player. Like I said, he's one of the best players for Manchester United after Bruno Fernandes for me. And will I put Kobe Mino and Bryan Mbeumo. So thank you guys for watching today's episode. You can bet on 1xBet using our promo code SportingAnnounce, SPORTINANDOET, SportingAnnounce, and get up to 300% bonus. Just click on the register button and register. Use our promo code SportingAnnounce. Please don't forget that this is an above 18 ad. If you are not up to 18, please don't bet, and please bet responsibly. Thank you guys for watching today's episode. Please like, share, and subscribe.